April 6th, 2026, Cypress Hills, Brooklyn, Easter Sunday, just before 6 o'clock in the evening. The elevated J train rumbled overhead on Fulton Street, casting its shadow across the sidewalk below. Families were heading home from holiday dinners. Children were still outside. The neighborhood was alive the way neighborhoods are on a holiday evening. Loud, familiar, full of people who had nowhere urgent to be. Two men were standing on the sidewalk outside 2961 Fulton Street. 30-year-old Jose Ureña Moran and a 50-year-old man beside him. They were talking, minding their own. Nothing about the moment looked like what it was about to become. Then a man walked up. The surveillance camera mounted across the street captured everything. A man approached a small group standing on the sidewalk. A few words were exchanged, brief, lasting only seconds. Then, according to investigators, he reached into his waistband, pulled out a handgun, and opened fire at point-blank range. Jose Ureña Moran was struck first. The 50-year-old man standing beside him was hit almost immediately afterward. Both men collapsed onto the sidewalk, but the gunfire didn't stop. Investigators allege the shooter continued firing even after both victims had fallen to the ground. Nearby, another person stood frozen, watching the violence unfold only feet away. Then, as quickly as it began, it was over. The gunman calmly tucked the weapon away, turned around and walked off. He didn't run. He didn't panic. He simply walked away as if nothing had happened. He had barely stepped into Fulton Street when an NYPD patrol car pulled onto the block. Witnesses immediately pointed officers in his direction, shouting and trying to get their attention. The suspect was still there, in the middle of the street on Easter Sunday, surrounded by witnesses and under the watch of surveillance cameras. Before he had even cleared the block, officers took him into custody.
News out of Cypress Hills. Good evening and thanks for joining us here on News 12 Brooklyn. I'm Marissa Santorelli. Tonight, police have identified the man shot and killed on Easter Sunday in Cypress Hills, and the accused shooter is now behind bars. News 12's Morgan Scott spoke with loved ones of the victim who are still in shock.
Candles, pictures, and messages now line the street where 30-year-old Jose Ureña Moran was gunned down. He later died at the hospital. We're destroyed because we grew up together. We were like brothers. I can't believe it. His last moments captured all on video. Here you see two men exchanging words with another person, when all of a sudden the gunman fires off at least a dozen times on both Ureña Moran and another 50-year-old man who police say is still fighting for his life. The shooter then walks off, even passing a police car.
Kid, I come here every day, man. I eat here, man.
Other people we spoke to off camera say the argument that happened before the shooting certainly did not warrant this type of reaction. He was a humble guy from around here. People liked him. He used to take care of the businesses here. We're told his peacemaking efforts may have actually been the reason he was killed, as he tried to de-escalate a separate incident from happening.
No entiendo, por eso yo mismo no lo creo.
His loved ones still in shock. Police say 24-year-old Michael Mendoza Cardona is now facing murder, attempted murder, and criminal possession of a weapon charges. In Cypress Hills, Morgan Scott, News 12 Brooklyn.
Jose Ureña Moran was 30 years old. He lived in Cypress Hills, the same neighborhood where he was killed. The 50-year-old man beside him had also been struck multiple times. Both victims were rushed to Brookdale University Hospital in critical condition. Doctors fought to save them, but Jose Ureña Moran succumbed to his injuries. The second victim survived. The man taken into custody was 24-year-old Michael Mendoza Cardona. According to authorities, he was a Honduran national and investigators began examining his immigration status, including whether he was unlawfully present in the United States at the time of the shooting. What had unfolded beneath the elevated J train was so brazen that it quickly drew attention far beyond Brooklyn. It dominated television broadcasts, flooded social media, and left viewers stunned, not only by the violence of the attack, but by how quickly it unfolded. In less than a minute, an ordinary Easter Sunday had become one of Brooklyn's most shocking homicide investigations of the year. On April 7th, 2026, the day after the shooting, Michael Mendoza Cardona was formally charged with murder, attempted murder, and multiple weapons offenses. He was arraigned in Brooklyn Criminal Court and ordered held without bail. For prosecutors, the case moved quickly. Detectives had surveillance footage, eyewitnesses, and an arrest made just moments after the shooting. The investigation had unfolded almost as quickly as the crime itself. As details about Mendoza Cardona emerged, the case quickly became a flashpoint in the national debate over immigration enforcement and New York City's sanctuary city policies, with elected officials and commentators pointing to Jose Ureña Moran's death in support of opposing political arguments. As of this video, the case against Michael Mendoza Cardona remains pending. He has been charged with murder, attempted murder, and multiple weapons offenses. He has not been convicted, and like every defendant, he is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in court. For Jose Ureña Moran's family, however, the legal process cannot change what happened on that Brooklyn sidewalk. One ordinary conversation, a few seconds of violence, a life gone forever. Jose Ureña Moran should have gone home that night. Instead, he became another name in a homicide investigation. And another family left wondering how everything could change in less than a minute. Rest in peace. Thank you for watching The Grim Watch. Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime documentaries. See you in the next video.